Graham, thank you for joining us. You've just heard that report as well. The government has a policy in place to support this type of approach from the Commissioner of Income Tax, but we don't often see it, do we?
No. So this is the Commissioner's power. It's not the government's power. We haven't seen it for 7 or 8 years, but it's been there since 2010. It's common practice internationally. The UK's got very similar power and does it regularly. I don't think... There's only 15 names on this list. I don't think they represent everybody that owes money, but I think they are supposed to be the people who are at the hard end of not paying.
Right, OK. And it is something that the principal auditor has mentioned in the past, isn't it, taking this approach if people aren't paying their taxes?
Yes, so there are lots of enforcement options available to the Commissioner, and I know the Central Arrears Unit, I know that one's an enforcement agency and the Commissioner is the collection agency. So I think that this is the softer of the options. They can go to court, they can bankrupt people, they can seize goods, they can do lots of things. And I think that this reflects a more active tax office that I keep coming into this studio and talking about it. I think that we're going to see more and more of this kind of thing, but as fiscal constraints on our government and the fact that we need to raise more money. So collecting money that we're owed, properly assessed, is a sensible option for the government and for the tax office.
And what is the next step after this, after naming defaulters if they don't pay?
Well, so then you would go and enforce the debt. So you would go to court and enforce the debt. So if people owe tax which is properly assessed, and there can be lots of arguments about whether tax is properly assessed or not, then they should pay. If they disagree with whether the tax office has got that right, then there is a mechanism for challenging the assessment through the tribunal, and they should take that. So my advice, my feeling as chairman of the tax advisors is that if you properly owe tax, you should pay it. If you think they've got it wrong, you should appeal it, but you shouldn't just ignore it.
Solid advice. You mentioned other jurisdictions do this. You said the UK does it quite regularly. As we mentioned in the report, it's not something we've seen for a number of years. How come Gibraltar doesn't do this regularly? And do you think this is the start of this being common practice?
So I'm not the head of the Central Arrears Unit, and I don't know why they stopped doing it. The Caruana government supported it. I don't know what this government's position has been until Minister Feetham made his speech. I think what happens in a small community is that things need to be refreshed occasionally, and I think that's where we are now.